Just a tick under 70,000 packed in here at Nissan Stadium. Not a seat to be had as playoff football and certainly playoff fever have descended upon the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee. It's the first of 6 games here on Super Wildcard Weekend, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Levis going to the air right away. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after him.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Play action now. Levis. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And it's a huge return as he brings this all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
Diamond. 49, Mike 49. 49's down, 22 Rita. Tracy.
Levis from the gun. That one's taken in by Spears. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody. Oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down. Levis. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Back to throw, it's Levis. They'll set up the screen for Spears. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now Levis. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3-point.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Chigakakwo from 13 yards out. And the Titans will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Warren. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here's Warren to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Titans will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Levis in trouble. Down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Throwing on 2nd and long. Levis. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Here's 3rd and a few inches. Here's Levis. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Levis out of the shotgun now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Levis back to throw. And brought in downfield by Burks. Touchdown, Titans. Traylon Burks, 36 yards. And the Titans lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Warren going to pass it. Rolling to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Tyquan Thornton, 48 yards. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make our score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Levis to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Levis sets up to throw here. And that's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Mike zero.
Levis looking to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Danielle Hunter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
454, Mike 54. 49's down, 22 Rita.
Back to throw here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
On now is the Titans punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So from the 37, here's 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Warren. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 63 yards.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 21-14. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 54 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
Diamond! Like 54! 22 window. Hey, here, I'm back. Here, I'm back.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Mike 54. Yeah, Mike 54.
Working from the gun, here's Levis. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley.
Jacorian Bennett has it.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. From the 40 now on second down. Warren.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
From the gun on third down.
Warren. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Well, not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over first and 10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Second down and 6 now.
They'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Now back to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
On first down, it's Benson.
give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Warren.
Open man, here's Benson.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Looking to throw. Warren. He'll buy some time right.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Trey Benson
taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They'll start on the ground with Spears.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Slot man moves right.
Levis to throw off play action. And Levis tosses his 3rd interception of the game.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And it'll be intercepted.
It's Roger McCreary with the pick. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. In motion goes the tight end. From the 25 on 2nd down, Levis. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
There we go.
Levis out of the gun on 3rd down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football While we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back to throw. Warren. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Second down and goal. Warren. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyquan Thornton with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead stretches to 35-14. 35, Titans 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
22 Linda, 22 Linda.
But they go play action. Here's Levis. On the out route, he's got Burks. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. The 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. He got 29 yards that time.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Throwing to start the drive. Warren. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
In motion left goes Burks. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Mayday. Diamond.
They'll drop to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Warren. And he wisely will throw that one away.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Warren. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And got his man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Tyquan Thornton.
Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the route is on here in this first half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The one final shot before the half. Here's Levis. A shot downfield for Burks.
And now here is another interception.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Titans 14.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
They go play action here on first down.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Throwing again on second down. Warren. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Here we go, Shaq.
Off the play fake. Warren under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Warren flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. 42 yards.
And the Browns have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Back to throw, it's Levis. That one's taken in by Spears.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the...
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Tyjae Spears.
48 yards.
And the Titans are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Running out of the gun here with Benson.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Now 2nd and 5. Here comes Benson on the toss right.
He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there but couldn't get much further. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Now Warren. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Here's Warren to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Warren, blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
All right, let's give them a little bit of applause here. Good for them, because this has been a defensive nightmare for them thus far. At least they're finally getting a couple of big plays. Won't make the scoreboard of the ride home easier, but one good moment to watch in film next week.
From the gun on 3rd down, Warren.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. They'll look to throw now on first down. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Browns have got it on cruise control. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Here we go.
Brown goes in motion left. Here's Levis.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
20 Rita. 454. Mike.
Levis out of the shotgun now.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Mike 24. 22 Linda. 22 Linda.
Levis back to throw.
He completes it to Ridley. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Green, like 54. Yeah, my
And Levis going back to the air.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Calvin Ridley, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Titans are able to claw one back.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you are
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A big play that time for Cleveland. 53 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Warren going to pass it. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Tyquan Thornton
from 17 yards out.
And the Browns get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Hopkins with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
110 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 31.
Put a man in motion left, Ridley. Right back to Spears.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a small.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Tyjae Spears with now his 2nd touchdown of this third quarter. And the Titans are able to at least get one score back. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You made me forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now a play fake here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get into a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Warren. He gets this to Thornton. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Off play action. Warren. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there. 55 yards.
And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Mike zero! Mike zero! Hand up! On!
Levis sets up to throw here. Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Hey, I'm back! I'm back!
Levis looking to throw. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, 51 yards.
And the Titans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Back now in Nashville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Yeah, he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Now 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Off the play fake. Warren. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Back to 60. Back to 60.
Back to throw. Warren. They'll roll him out right. A short throw to Ingram. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
On the handoff, Benson running right.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And my goodness, another interception.
Jacorian Bennett has it, and they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but They'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
And now here is another interception. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Off play action. Warren. His throw incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Operating from the gun. Warren. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll look to throw here on first down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Browns continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Yeah, this is pretty similar to the Wildcat plays that were bouncing around the league circa 2008 or so. The idea here, just snap it right to the guy you want to run with it. In theory, you're getting yourself an extra blocker. And here, that Wildcat runner is your quarterback. And he takes it into the end zone.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Mike 90, Mike 90. Down, 49, Rita. Set.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, it wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
2nd and 7.
Mike 49.
Levis. They'll set up the screen for Spears.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
And my goodness, another interception.
Now inside the 25.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt, Charles, with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 49.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Fighting through it, he's got space.
Still on his feet. Inside the 20, Traylon Burks.
And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
Traylon Burks
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Levis will try to throw for the 2.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point. On the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here we go. 65.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Off the play fake. Warren. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Off play action. Warren. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws.
And now here is another interception.
Jacorian Bennett has it, and the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the 4th.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly. And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
He's got room past the 30.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
The Browns going to roll on as we say so long, everybody. Thanks for watching.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville.